Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to be doing the radiator on my Red Dub Rex right here. I'm gonna set up this camera. I got a little tripod set up right here. Got a little table right here. Ooh, camera fell on accident. So today I'm gonna be setting up this camera, like I said, right now. I got my little table right here. I'm gonna bring out my radiator and hose. Should be fairly quick and simple install. It's just a little radiator. Plan on knocking this out before it hits 150 degrees out here in Arizona. If you like me, you know you've been around this heat for a very long time. You already know by 9 o'clock in the morning it's already 100 degrees. I gotta go to AutoZone here pretty soon and get some radiator fluid. And then I have a burping funnel in the garage, so all I gotta do is change the radiator and change the hose and fill it up with coolant. Real simple install, real simple to burp coolant system. Let me get my keys and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. So I got my little table set up here. I got my radiator in this box, hose, upper hose for that. My 1/4 mil ratchet, 10 mil socket, 12 millimeter for some bolts here. Obviously a knife to take that open. Got my little water and coffee, you know how it is. But it should be fairly simple. This bolt will come out. This bolt will come out. This will hold the radiator down. This intake duct needs to come out of the way. Since I already have this broken off, there's no need to really take this off. I'm just gonna replace it anyways. I'm gonna take this hose off and put a new clamp. You gotta disconnect the lower hose there and disconnect the fans to make sure that there's nothing else in the way when you're pulling this out. But it should be really easy. I'm probably gonna do a little time lapse. Shouldn't take much time to really take this out, but let's get to it. Took me about maybe 5-10 minutes to get out. It was really quick and really simple to get out. Looks like now I just got to switch over the fan and expansion tank over, and then I got to make a run to AutoZone to grab some new coolant. Just a little FYI, I should have mentioned this. When you're pulling out coolant hoses and whatnot, you're probably gonna have some coolant come out, and you can tell right here on my arm, I got a little wet and it got squirted on. It wouldn't be the first or last time, but yeah, keep that in mind whenever you're doing a radiator change or working with around the cooling system. I thought there was only a little bit left. Turns out there was actually maybe like about a half gallon left in there. So keep that in mind, guys. Alright guys, it looks like I ran into a problem. This radiator that I just bought is for an automatic WRX. As you can see here, I have fittings here to throw in a transmission cooler. So it's not going to work. Let me just show you the comparison with the old one. The old one doesn't have these fittings on the bottom right here. It just has the upper and lower fittings. So I'm going to probably improvise, and what I'm probably going to do is put this back on. That took us off for now. And then what I'll probably do is I'm thinking about either running a hose from this to here to close out the loop, or what I could do is I could probably crush this and just weld it closed. This probably isn't the best way to do this. I'm just doing it right now because I don't want to wait another 2 or 3 weeks for a new radiator to come in, and it doesn't make sense for me to really buy a new radiator when I can easily just fix this up real quick. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I'm probably take these fittings off. Off camera, I'm probably gonna weld these closed. That way I don't have to worry about having to run a hose from here to here. Like I mentioned already, this is meant for an automatic WRX, and I have a manual 5-speed, so this is not gonna work. So I'm gonna close these up for now. This is what I end up doing, guys. Instead of welding it to close, I'm gonna just run the hose from here to here. This won't build enough pressure anyways to really do anything. It's not gonna really affect anything. This is just, like I mentioned earlier, it's for an automatic transmission. With these hoses connected together, I'm gonna get some hose clamps from the auto parts store. I still gotta make that run to get some coolant. This should be fine for now. I don't plan on really going racing with this car. It doesn't really need to have anything crazy done to it, so this will work for now. I'm gonna switch over the fans and suspension tank, and we should be good to go install. And then I'll make that run to the auto parts store, grab some coolant, some hose clamps, and should be good to start burping it. Well guys, the video got cut short. I wasn't kidding about it being freaking hot out here. Look at that sun out here. Phone cut off because it was over temp. So I didn't get a good video. I gotta check back and see where the video recorded ended, but this is the final result. I got the radiator in, cap on, suspension tank, got the hoses on. Let me see if we can pop this up real quick. I got those hoses connected. I got the fans connected down there. Now I just gotta make an auto parts store run, fill it up with coolant, burp it, should be good to go. I'm back from the auto parts store. I got me 2 gallons of the blue coolant. This is the one that's recommended for this vehicle. What I recommend is if you guys are going to be changing the coolant or going to be replacing or whatever or whatnot, make sure you get the same color. Do not mix coolant colors. It is very crucial to not mix them. The one I bought right here is a 50/50 pre-diluted. There's already, when you go to the store, you can buy some that are concentrate. I don't recommend getting those unless you're going to sit there and measure it and make sure it's diluted the right way. The easiest one to work with is the 50/50. You just pour it in and you're set to go. Alright, so I got the coolant in here right now. Looks like some bubbles are going right now. What I'm gonna do is turn on the vehicle and turn on the AC. Well, not really technically AC, the heater on the full blast. The whole purpose of this funnel right here is to get all the air that's inside the system. What does help out if you squeeze out the radiator hose. As you see it there, more bubbles came out. But to truly get all the air out in the system, is you gotta turn on the heater on and let it get real hot. And that's the whole point of this burping funnel. So I'm gonna do that right now. Let me walk around and turn on the car. Make sure I'm in neutral. And of course the battery's done. Great. Alright, so I ended up switching the battery around from other dirt bikes into this one. Let's try it again. Hopefully this time it does start, or else I'm gonna be pissed. Alright, neutral again. Let's turn it on. Can't get rid of that sound. That's just an iconic super rumble. But like I said, let's throw the heater on. Put a full blast on heat. It's probably rolled on the windows. It's gonna be freaking hot in here. Let me step out. As you can see, all that coolant instant went in. Let me open up the other bottle real quick. Open this other bottle and fill it up. got it running right now. I got that funnel burping as we speak. Gonna let it get a little warmer now. Let it idle for about, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes to an hour to get all the air out. We'll try to reach in there real quick and get some of them bubbles out, squeezing on some of the hoses. But for the most part, it should come out over some time with some temperature. It shouldn't take that long. It should not take that long, especially with this heat. But I'll get back to you guys in 1 second. Keep in mind, while it is running, what you want to make sure is you have that temperature sensor, or the temp gauge itself, not going above minimum. Your minimum operating temp should be about halfway between the quarter dial and then 3/4 dial here. Keep an eye on it. Don't let it go past that halfway mark. If you start seeing it go past the halfway mark, you know something's going on. You probably have a different problem. But as right now, it's still warming up. I'm gonna let it keep going for a little bit, and then, like I said, just give it about 30 minutes to an hour. Let it get real hot, get all the air out, and it should be good. I'm gonna cap that up and just get rid of whatever is left, and then it should be good to go. I could start driving here now daily if I wanted to. All right, so I had it running for about 30 minutes or so, jamming out some music in there while I was waiting. Our funnel right here looks like it's maintaining level. I'd filled it up a couple of times, let all that air out, and air did come out while it was running. Did squeeze the hose a little bit. They are pretty good. So now let's go for a little test drive, see where we're at. All right, I'm gonna take it around the block. Almost stalled right there. The thing I like about a lot of these cars is that they're real simple to work on. It took me what, maybe 30 minutes, an hour to get that radiator put in, and then parts run and get that coolant. You know, it took me more time to burp the coolant out than it did to install the new radiator. So I like these Japanese cars. I might just take this one to the wash for now, because it's been a minute since I washed it. It's parked under the tree for a minute. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. You guys have a good day.